The Club World Cup Fantasy Matchday 5 team selection is finally here, guys. We're going to be going through a wildcard draft for those of you who do have your wildcard and will be playing it in this match day. And it also helps us just take a look at who those actual top transfers are, and then we'll also take a quick review at how I did in match day 4 and how I'm going to be setting myself up for match day 5 with my team, including what booster I will be playing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here's a stat for you guys. Over 70% of you guys watching are not subscribed. Now let's make a deal. So in the next few minutes, if you guys get the value that you're looking for from this video, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It would honestly make a huge difference in helping me and my one-man team bringing you guys more content throughout the season. So sounds like a deal? Let's get into it. All right, guys, let us get straight to it then. My match day 5 wildcard draft is in goals. I'm going to start off with Donnarumma and Sanchez. They are playing fairly apart in terms of time, so if you do want to captain anybody or worry about changing keepers, it's no worry at all. They're playing hours apart, so don't even worry about that. Hakimi and Mendes both attacking wing backs. Trent Alexander-Arnold with Cancelo and Cucurella. I think in the back line you get the idea. It's very hard to actually predict who's going to have clean sheets in this time of the actual Club World Cup quarterfinals, so rather go with defenders who could give you some good attacking returns as well. In the midfield, I have Kvaratskhelia with Dembele, who did make some minutes onto the field in the previous game, and then I have Fernandes, Pedro, Neto and Olise with Chelsea lining up almost in a 3-4-3 and having Palmer and Fernandes attacking as well there. Pedro Neto just being potent as well in terms of adding to attack. Olise, don't even need to say anything about him. Quite frankly, a great asset throughout the tournament. And then in the front line, we have Marcus Leonardo, who's been performing really well, one of the top scoring point strikers in this Club World Cup Fantasy, as well as Mbappe, who himself as well, who has been on the bench. I didn't watch the game. I'm not sure if he didn't make some minutes on. Maybe that's a bad thing with me, but nonetheless. And then just topping it off with Malcolm there as well. So really just structuring this team in such a fashion where I am able to have players who I know I want to captain, and as well as teams I believe are going to make it to the final. That way throughout the stages, as we lose players, not having to take any hits in making my transfers out, put players in. And at the same time, I feel like these are really the top players to be bringing in based on the way the teams play, their probability of reaching the finals, and really just having a balanced team and having the top assets as well, because in the end of the day, as much as you are predicting in terms of who you think is going to reach the final, you also have to predict who do you think is going to score the most points, regardless of whether their team's going to be eliminated or not. For example, Michael Olise, we do all have a prediction that he will be out. PSG will most likely knock out Bayern Munich, but I think Michael Olise can do something. So that is my match day 5 wild card draft. Now let us get into my team review first. But before we do that, I think a special message from the Force.
Silence, as the FPL Force brings wisdom. Now, to learn the ways of the Force, unlock your true potential, and rise to fantasy football mastery, you must subscribe. So, hit the subscribe button below and begin your journey to fantasy football mastery. May the green arrows be with you.
Well, you heard it there, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. It was part of the deal, wasn't it? Nonetheless, match day 4 got me down to rank of 630. Now, I mean, if you get a red arrow, you get a red arrow, you know, from 200 really up to 600. It could have been worse. Sadly, my prediction of Man City doing well, I think a lot of people, that's where they lost the points. But also I got lucky in terms of my captaincy. Last man, Garasi, just came in and saved me, dog. I will not lie to you, man. I was like, yo, I was like, if this guy does not score the points I need, I'm like jumping down below 1000. And you know what? I've got a respectable rank. So I'm very happy, not gonna lie, very happy. Pedro Neto coming through there for me as well. Didn't really take absolute advantage of that qualification booster, but I guess I technically lost about 6 points if you look at it like that. So I mean, it could have been worse, but yeah, players came through for me. I think 80 points is all right. So we move on. Let's get to where I will be setting up basically, and that is match day 5. Let me just get this on the screen for you guys. Sorry, my bad. Cool. So as it stands, I have 4 players I need to remove. So we've got Mamouche. He needs to go out. 8 Nori. Sorry, what am I doing? Transferring out. Let's cancel that. So let's say transfers. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Transfer out. Transfer out. Transfer out. Transfer out. All right. So I think let's start with the goalkeeper, what my thoughts are. Yeah, what my thoughts are really there. Just trying to get this so that you guys can see how much I have. Just making sure as well so you can see. Cool. So when it comes to the goalkeepers, I think it's very, for me, it's a matter of question of from the other side, because now we are covered from the one side of the table, which is PSG, Donnarumma. We need to look at the side of Chelsea, Al Hilal, Palmeiras, as well as Fluminense. Who do we think is going to be the team that goes to the final? Now, guys, it's, you know, all opinions, but I think at the moment, in terms of probability, I see Chelsea looking stronger. Anything can happen, so I would like to have Sanchez there for me in that position. Yeah, I'm just looking at yeah, so they're fine in terms of, again, the difference in time and changing things around. Then when it comes to the defenders, who do I want to play? I really do want Trent. I do want Cancelo as well. Yeah, I do want Cancelo as well. I do want Trent. So I think I've got enough budget for both of them. Yeah, both enough budget for both of them if you look at that. And then I've got 9 million left. I'll tell you which picks I'm not happy about, I'm not really scared about, is the fact that I've got Delap. I think Jackson is available again. If I look at my strikers, strike force here, and with Jackson available again, you know, that means minutes risk for Delap. So I'm really hoping, nonetheless, I think he will make it and play a couple of minutes. But who do I think at 9 million can come in and play a good, you know, make some goals there? I think Marcus Leonardo is actually a good pick playing against Fluminense. I think Al Hilal is really a great, is done really well. I think he's done really well as well. I said there he is actually the second highest goal scoring striker. Right behind him is actually Guirassy currently right now, and then Kane at number 4. Number 1 is Gonzalo Garcias. So I would have loved a Kylian Mbappe because I believe he would be playing in this game. But I think Marcos Leonardo right now is looking really good. He's very cheap. I know you're going, Cat, you got 9 million. Why are you spending on 4 million? It's not about the price. The price doesn't make the player necessarily all the points. And you look at that, he's 4 million, yet he's the second highest goal scorer. Yet Kane is at 11 million. He's underneath him by 5 points. And the first highest goal scoring striker is 5.1. So there immediately, that proves my point. So there's him, and there's even Gonzalo Garcia, but it's the minutes now, knowing that Mbappe is not there. And I don't think Mbappe will clear a full 90 minutes. But you do want a 90-minute man, which I feel Marcos Leonardo really is. And he's playing against Fluminense, who right now there's no team you can really say, quite frankly, is going to be walked over. It's really anybody's game. But I think I would lean more so towards, in my situation, Marcos Leonardo. Like in terms of other picks, like, Vinny hasn't necessarily been doing well. But he's a pick, he's someone you can go for when it comes to secure minutes. If you're looking at Chelsea striker, as I mentioned, I think Jackson is going to have, is going to be the man in front, despite his disciplinary problems. I just feel like Maresca really likes Jackson. I would go for Mbappe, of course, like I said, I want to, but nonetheless, I said he won't be, there. I don't think he'll be clearing full 90 minutes. So you need to ask yourself there as well. Are you looking to spend 11 million on a striker who is not necessarily going to play 90 minutes? And maybe he doesn't need to play 90 minutes at the same time. Maybe all he actually needs is just 60 minutes or even 30 minutes. But I think it's going to be a tough game. So you would rather a striker of his caliber, have those amounts of minutes so that he can actually have a good impact and get you some points. So when it comes to the expensive strikers, I feel like Kane is the one only worth taking a shot on. And I say shot because in the end of the day, it's going to be a tough game with PSG. I think there will be goals, but I don't think it will be a high scoring goal. But nonetheless, I would love to stay away from that. I wish I could stay away from that game. And that really was my strategy. If things went according to plan, I was actually going to remove the Bayern Munich defenders and bring other players in, like I've done now with Trent and Cancelo. So I don't want to take hits. I'm not planning to play my booster. I'd rather do it in the later stage when I'd rather do it in the later stage, not right now. And if anything changes, I think it does, it's fine. I just don't have in mind right now who I'd actually even play it on. Again, because you want to play it on players who are definitely going to play. For example, I think if I knew for certain Dembele was going to play, I would put it on him, But nonetheless, again, it's a tough game, Bayern Munich. So you want to sort of have that 12th man chip playing on like a player you can't necessarily afford in your team who's definitely going to play, who you feel is going to be high impactful. And I wouldn't play it on Kane either way because, again, tough game, But say it was PSG and whoever comes through from Dortmund and Real Madrid. Man, I'm going, and Dembele's around, dog. I'm going Dembele, dog. I'm going Dembele. I don't, I don't think it's a tougher game as this Bayern Munich and PSG. No offense to Real Madrid, I am when it comes to Spain more of a Real Madrid fan. So no, that's how much I'm trying to say. I'm not biased in any way, but I just feel like PSG is a unit, a team, and well collected, whereas Real Madrid is still building themselves very well, by the way. And that's my thought when it comes to those guys, and even using the 12th man shipping, which is why I want to save it for later. So when I feel I'm more certain on who I can play it on, because a lot of players have used it and it went to waste on Mbappe, who didn't even play in Matchday 1, and that type of stuff can still happen. So that's why I'm really saving it. But yeah, I think that being said, we'll put Marcus Leonardo in there. And I think if it comes to changes, I haven't made these yet. Everybody's concrete except for Marcus Leonardo. If I see anything, let me know in the comment section what you guys think in terms of that final one. But I think he's the only person who really could change in this entirety of my Matchday 5 team selection. Other than that, I don't think anybody else is going to change a concrete decision on Trent, Cancelo, and Sanchez in terms of having assets in those from those teams in those positions as well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Would really love that in the comment section. And then remember, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next match day. Peace.